Transitions, grades 6 through 12.
Transitions are those times when students move from one task to another or from one activity to another. For example, the class is transitioning from a teacher-directed reading lesson to working independently, or they're clearing their desks in preparation for a test. Transitions can be problematic because students often see them as a time to misbehave. But it doesn't have to be that way if you make your expectations for each transition clear with the help of CHAMPS.
1, 2, 3, hands up, mouths closed. Thank you for your attention. You are going to be turning in your classwork when you are done. Remember the procedures for turning in your classwork. Conversation while you're turning in your papers should be at a 0. Raise your hand if you need my help at any time. You are allowed to move from your desk to the drawer. Then you can go to the bookshelf and select a book. No more than 2 students at the bookshelf at a time, and you're only allowed to be at the bookshelf for 1 minute. Remember the signal if I need to get your attention is 1, 2, 3, hands up, mouths closed. Do you have any questions? Okay, you can go ahead and turn in your papers now if you need to.
Redirect them as necessary.
Chris, remember, only 2 students at the bookshelf at a time. Thank you.
Now watch as she handles this transition.
Put your textbook under your desk. We are at a level 0 conversation right now. Please go ahead and pass your papers forward. You are only turning into me the paper with the questions. You keep the questions you answered as your study guide for homework over the weekends. When you get the papers, please pass them down to the left until they reach Antonio.
And here they will be getting ready for dismissal.
When I call your group up, you're going to go get your book bag from the back of the room, bring it back to your desk, and pack up. Your conversation should be at a level 0. If you need my help at any time during dismissal, please raise your hand. You are going to be clearing your desk for dismissal, walking to the back as I call your group, getting your book bag, bringing it back to your desk, and packing up. After you pack up, please sit quietly and wait for me to dismiss you. You are allowed to move from your desk to the back of the room and back to your desk. I'll know you're participating because you'll be walking quietly, packing up quietly, and sitting facing forward ready for dismissal. Do you have any questions? Okay, we're ready for dismissal. Please remember your conversation level should be at a 0. Green, please go get your book bags and pack up. Orange, please go get your book bags and pack up. No, it's not for this school.
Here's another example that requires that the class move as a group from the classroom to another location.
Right now we're going to go to the computer lab. Let me just remind you our procedures for walking in the hall. While we're walking in the hall, our conversation is at a level 0. If at any time while we're walking you need to get my attention or have a question, please raise your hand. Please keep your hands to yourself at all times. Keep your hands off of anybody else, and please your hands off of the walls, off of the bulletin boards. I'll know you're participating. I'll know you're walking nicely when I see a nice straight line. I don't see any heads out of the way. I don't see any hands coming out, and I don't hear any talking. Do you guys have any questions? No. Gabrielle, please open the door. Cole, please walk all the way to the fire extinguisher and stop.
You'll notice that the teacher's expectations for different transitions vary depending on the activity, and that expectations are clearly communicated to the class.
Thank you, Micaiah, for keeping your hands to yourself.
The higher structure your class, the more tightly you'll format your transitions. Either way, it is not as important how the expectations are conveyed, but that they are conveyed. Communicating your expectations for transitions clearly will help you manage them most effectively and leave more time for learning.